What is your American dream?
My American dreams at this moment are living the blissful aspect of knowing that I could be free of my detachments. If I could detach anything that is creating pain and that this country has allowed me to become the best version of me, I think that is called the American dream for me.
The American dream too is about realization. The most important thing in my life is to find my home. I'm so grateful to be living in America, and it's such an experience for me. To connect with my soul is the way that I'm living my American dream.
Living the American dream in the wildest dream. Who would I ever thought that I was going to live in New York City, having these amazing choices and possibilities? America has been the best gift I ever had because it has allowed me to become the best version of who I am.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Good evening, everybody. It is March 6th, Friday. We are live. My name is Brad Bernstein. I am joined, as always, by Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, and most of the time by Vanessa.
But tonight,
Boss Lady,
she's here.
I'm
Boss
here.
Lady, Nesquick.
Happy FRI-YAY.
How are you?
I'm well.
FRI-YAY.
Happy Friday to everybody.
Ready for the
Yes.
weekend. For
Boy,
the
you
weekend.
are excited for the Friday.
He got his
course.
silky smooth
Got my
weekend
silky-
shirt
right.
on.
Look at that. Did
I
you
can just
feel?
go out.
Did you feel?
Yo-Yo Suave.
Did you feel his shirt?
I can.
How does his shirt compare to the skin? What's silkier?
Whoa.
Can you touch his skin? What's
Both.
this? Both.
Yeah.
Both are very silky.
This is baby boy we're talking about.
Baby boy is silky no matter where you touch
And he
him, right?
knows. He knows he got to lotion up with the silk and that all flow for the ladies.
All right, let's say hello. By the way, yesterday, baby boy, you had a whole bunch of women who wanted to give you a hug, even if you had the coronavirus.
Even if I had the corona.
Yes.
And which he
listen,
doesn't.
Which I don't.
You
but
do not.
I do not. I'm not even sick. Don't
Right.
even want to play around with
Well,
that.
you told
No.
me people in your skin color don't get it anyway,
Yeah, we
right?
don't. We don't.
That's
we
right.
don't get
He
it.
keeps telling me that.
Melanin, don't
He
get
keeps
it.
telling me
Convinced.
that.
Let him believe what he wants to
Yeah.
believe, Brad.
He's-
Listen, it's working so far.
Yeah, because he walks around and he's like touching all the walls and everything. You know, he's like, "Don't worry, I can't get it." And
He
he's
knows
like
he's
rubbing,
invincible.
He's rubbing his hands over everything.
Brad didn't even want to touch the buttons for the
That's
elevator.
right.
I was like, I got you.
Yeah, you know, because guys like me,
You're going to get it.
I'm the guy who gets it. All right, I don't want to cut a her on myself. Christy Gonzalez, hello. Nezzy Wardsmore, Donna Bless, squad up, y'all. Ma Dukes is watching. Jessica Leamy, we know she's watching because she shared the video
All
right away.
right.
Barbara Lord, how are you? Asset Lindo is in the house. Tamika Nelson saying, hey, Brad and Yo-Yo.
All right. It's okay.
All right, she says Nesquick. It just got cut off. It got cut off.
That's
Right.
some type of way.
It
Right.
got cut off.
It's fine. We're still all getting acquainted here.
Tamika, just go with it, all right?
Right.
You said Nesquick, right? She says, hey, Nesquick. Look, I'll show you. Look, right here. It says, hey, Nesquick.
Hey, Tamika,
All right?
girl.
So she says hello, all right? So, Deborah Roman, how are you?
so funny.
Lisa Bling Rose, Clifford Gordon saying good evening. Dion Reed is watching. A guy by the name of Jonathan Elias.
I know a
Lisa
guy
Bling
named Jonathan
Rose,
Elias.
Ma Dukes. What's going on? Myrtle Ray. And who else we have here? Genius Williams.
I wonder how
Genius.
smart he is.
Genius. He is a
Pretty-
genius. Okay? Anybody who can call himself a genius has got to be a genius. All right? Because the first thing to being a genius is having the confidence to go around
That's for sure.
and say, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Clifford Gordon trying to damper the Friday. Said nothing excited about the weekend when you have to work Saturdays and Sundays.
I work
Yikes.
Saturdays too.
That's her too.
Right. I feel that.
You know what? I'm working tomorrow.
Okay.
You are.
Yes, I am.
I am too.
You're working tomorrow too.
Forgot about that.
You know what? We should all be depressed
Yeah,
like
I was
Clifford
looking at
then.
you like you're working tomorrow too. Like
Why,
what?
why are we all just depressed like Clifford then?
Clifford, you're right.
We hadn't even thought about it, Cliff.
Yeah.
Thanks, okay?
Yeah, he
Right.
brought us all down.
Back to FRI-YAY, Brad.
It's not FRI-YAY. Fry-boo.
Fry boo.
Fry-boo. It's Boo Friday.
Fry-nay.
Friday.
FRI-YAY.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lolita Platt, how are you? And let's see, who else we have here? Donna Spence saying, love you guys with a big thumbs up.
Hey.
I'll always say that. Dion Reed and Asset Lindo with a question. She watches all the time. So maybe,
Awesome.
although she
Yeah.
has missed the last few days.
Well,
Not that I'm counting.
they're gonna get
But
it
she
later.
asks a question.
Okay.
Brad, if you have a change of address before your interview, what do you do? What do you do if you have a change of address? Well, I assume for immigration purposes, that's the question. You're going to file an AR-11, and you can do it online.
Wow.
Change of address. All right, let's go.
There goes a bonus answer.
Bonus answer.
Right.
Early
Let's
on
go
in
to
this show.
YouTube. Tally saying hello to Jill, Julian, and the groundhog. Tally, not saying
the
hello.
whole team.
Not saying hello to the people on the air,
Yeah.
but just the people behind the scenes.
Well, they
There you
deserve
go.
greetings
That's
too.
right.
Thank you for that, Tally.
Sweet Dot saying hello. How are you, Cindy Albert? Squad up, Jean Love. Jemima Lesavakura.
I saw that one. too.
Lesavakura, Jemima. And back it up, Ricky saying good evening, everybody. Angela Rawlings, Errol Townsend, and who else we got here? Andreen Spence, 29 Super C, Zion, Train, all saying hello.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, we got Forster Carrion, Tace Alvey, guy by the name of Real Brad Bernstein, saying hello.
Oh.
That was me.
Yeah.
Goldie, also known as Jenny from the Cubicle.
Hey.
Seems like the whole crew.
Goldie, love
the
that.
whole crew.
That's how it was for a while when
Watches
we
on
started
Instagram.
watching, or when we first started YouTube.
YouTube,
remember?
right. Nobody
It was
was
just like
right.
us.
Exactly. So if you want to get to know our crew, go right over to Instagram at Bradshaw Live. Femi13, how are you? Quirky is me.
I like that.
Quirky is me. You got it wrong.
Quirky is we, because we're all pretty quirky.
You're
Correct.
on your Dr.
I know,
Seuss
right?
today. You
We're
are
all
just
quirky.
killing all the rhymes.
Like, I feel like Quirky is me took our name.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we refer to the genius term? And that? Why did you guys feel this hard about the genius guy? You guys just want to be quirky. I want to be. I want to be
not
able to
even
call
on
myself a
front.
genius too.
I didn't feel that Genius took our names.
Right. Not even on front.
I don't know if you watched our show recently. I don't think anything genius has come out of anybody's mouth.
Oh, God.
It's not true.
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
not
say,
true.
hey.
That's not true. You guys
You
are geniuses.
you've said
You
some
are
great
right.
things. We're like here.
I've said nothing.
We're all here because Uncle Brad's various hats.
Right back here.
I've only said things that everybody.
Bradshaw Live.
I've only said things that everybody was already thinking.
Right.
All right. Our squad has watched this show long enough that I can assure you that they can answer all these questions too. I could put anybody in the squad in this seat.
That's
And
big shoes to fill.
They
Brad.
could answer the questions. I really believe that. And Pizza, of course, also watching on Instagram again.
Yeah.
The entire crew. All right, why don't you go and... Oh, wait a second.
What's up, Brad?
We're on Twitter.
Oh yeah, don't forget about us on Twitter.
Hello, Twitter.
Twitter.
I don't know who's watching on Twitter. I don't have a device for Twitter.
Yeah, we'll just greet them anyway.
Read them anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
Twitter?
and we're on Twitter at Bradshaw Live as well. Hopefully next week we're going to start saying hello to our squad on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's Honey Boy?
So what happens if someone's on Twitter too?
They're
So double fisting with
both foot.
with both feet.
With both feet.
So I don't know. It's like
Double fisting with both feet.
You guys are
Double-
gonna, as we grow, I'm gonna need you guys to be
Yeah.
on it.
I already know what next.
it's like a full house. It's like when you're on all four. It's like just full house. All right. It's like kings and aces. All right. It's
Double
like full
fisting with
house.
both feet.
All right.
Right.
Why don't we go and tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some schmoozing?
Yeah, all right, absolutely. First things first, everybody on all social media. That means Facebook, Instagram. Whoa, we're moving. Facebook, Instagram,
That's your
Twitter.
smooth shirt.
Right.
It's so smooth.
Right, it's so smooth. And YouTube. I need you guys all to join the Facebook fan page, all right? So this is the VIS, Very Important Squad member. And what you get with that is so many incentives that you will not get on any other platform. And what is one of the biggest ones that you're gonna get?
First 5 questions that we ask on social media check-in come from our Facebook group. Yep. So
That's a gift. That's a gift that we give you
like
every day.
secured, locked in.
Secured.
If you ask your questions in our Facebook group, which you need to join and be a part of, the first 5 questions that are asked on there at any given time of the day, you can enter your question at any point during the day, will be the part of the first 5 questions we ask during social media check-in.
Absolutely. All right, now first things first for Facebook. I need everybody to share. Share right now, all right? Man, I don't know how we used to get so many shares back in the day, and we're not getting it now. I think that Facebook is...
I think people are sharing. It's that damn Facebook.
Damn Facebook.
Well,
with us.
We already know. Those shares yesterday. We did over 100 shares yesterday.
See, so yeah.
It can happen.
It can happen.
You know, Nesquick, before you arrived, we were doing like 1,000, 1,500 shares.
I keep hearing these rumors. I want to see it to believe it, Brad.
You have to go back in about a year.
Yeah.
You go back about a year on
crazy.
Facebook. Yeah.
All right, it's Friday. You know, this is one of the days where we usually get a little bit lower on views. So we need you guys to go the extra mile in sharing right now, because that is the only way we're going to actually get these calls. We're going to get these questions, all right? We're going to have an amazing show because of you guys. So please share to everybody, and also put all your questions, comments, concerns, whatever you want to talk about, put it in the comments section. We love to interact with you guys. Tag us if you have something to say about us. If you want to talk about Nesquick's hair, how beautiful it is. If you guys are sitting next to me, you are sitting where I'm sitting, you'll be like, dang, you smell really good. You know, so I'm letting you guys know that Nesquick smells real good. Tell us what you feel about it, all right? Like, love, smiley face, wow face, mad face, whatever you feel, any emotion, make sure you show on the video. And what are we going to do on YouTube?
On YouTube, Squad, make sure that you subscribe and turn on that notification.
Did you just say on YouTube Squad?
Squat. I didn't get to hit the gym today, so I wanted the squad to squat while I mention this. As you subscribe, make sure you squat so that you are strong and watching the show every single day. But no, guys, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you are aware of when the show is starting, when we're on every day, and comment as well as on YouTube. Sharing is caring. Why do we share this? There's plenty of people that don't know that we're out here and doing all the great things that we're doing on the show, and you who's getting the questions answered every day, it's information that others need to know. What's up,
People
Brad?
don't know that we're geniuses.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
Exactly.
All right, let people know. You got 3 geniuses here. 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3.
Right. And team, we also need you guys to tune in on Instagram. So follow us at Brad Show Live. Make sure that you take a look and you are looking out for our consultation contest that is still happening. We will be choosing a name for that contest on Wednesday. We always choose it on Hump Day. And in order to enter to be a part of that, you are going to go on our Instagram, follow, and find this post. You're going to make sure that you like this post here, and to enter your name into our name machine, you are going to comment and tag 5 friends or more. To enter your name twice, you are also going to comment and tag friends, etc., etc. As many times as you comment and tag 5 friends or more, your name will be entered into the name machine and giving you a bigger opportunity to win this $200 value consultation with Brad himself for free. Free.
All right, and also please DM this video on Instagram Live. I need you guys to share this as well. Sharing is caring. That's the only way we can get this show out. This is the only way we can build the team, the family, the squad family. All right, so we need you guys to share on any platform that you guys are on.
Yeah.
All right, now we are going to find out what's going on in the world with Schmoozing with Brad.
All right, so this is the weekend. Once a year on this weekend, I always hear from my 8th grade gym coach. I can't believe the guy is still alive. Because he was an old man when I was in high school.
This damn story.
It's true.
Oh, you know this one.
Yes.
It's true.
Fill me in. I need to hear it, Yo-Yo.
Okay,
I don't know it.
I've told Yo-Yo because it's every time this weekend coming up. You've never heard this story before.
I've heard the story.
The first time I'm here on this weekend.
Right. So I hear from my 8th grade gym coach. He says, he leaves a message for me. He says, Brad, this is Mr. O'Brien. I know you haven't heard from me in a long time, Just reminding you to push forward your clock. It's daylight savings time this weekend.
Oh.
The guy sends me the message every week. Mr. O'Brien, I know already. I'm 51 years old. You don't need to tell me anymore.
Well, I didn't know.
You did not know?
So I'm glad he's telling you so you can tell
I
me.
am going to
Every
text
year.
Mr. O'Brien your telephone number. He can start calling you. Meanwhile, yes, at 2 a.m. on Sunday. At 2 a.m. on Sunday, the clocks will spring forward an hour, turning 1:59 into 3 a.m. We skip 1 full hour. I was making a joke with Julie earlier today when she was telling me it was daylight savings time. I said, I haven't heard from Mr. O'Brien yet. Julie told me first. Okay. But
She's beating him
but
to
I
it.
said, wow, that's amazing. Because now that's 1 less hour on Sunday we can catch coronavirus. It's
wow.
great. So we can only catch coronavirus on
Great
Sunday
way to
for
make it a
20
positive.
for only 23
23
hours and not 24.
Low risk.
Yes, but we're going to lose an hour of sleep. Yo-Yo doesn't mind because he's
Oh,
not sleeping at
goodness.
9J anyway, if you've ever checked out his
never
Instagram
sleep.
story. Interestingly, the Department of Transportation is in charge of daylight savings time in all time zones in the United States. And the Department of Transportation says, quote, on their website, the oversight of time zones was assigned to the Department of Transportation because time standards are important for many modes of transportation. Now, the Department of Transportation says daylight savings is observed because it saves energy, saves lives, prevents traffic accidents, reduces crime, and that's all they have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess reduces crime because there's more daylight time. Crime happens at night more.
Oh, okay.
That's at least the theory. I don't know if that's true or not. It's also a crime deterrent because people are out during the daylight and not at night when more crimes occur. Aha!
There
You just
you
got to
go.
keep reading.
There it is.
All right, so not everyone agrees with daylight savings time. However, there are some scientists out there who report that switching time saves energy on lighting but is surpassed by increases in heating and air conditioning, and it also screws with your sleep.
That's the part that I hate about daylight savings. Don't mess with my sleep.
Now,
Yeah, that's
now
bad.
there are some areas that do not spring forward.
Oh.
Arizona,
Wait, what?
yes. Hawaii, American Samoa, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands do not spring forward.
How is that?
Mr. O'Brien, next year I will be living in Arizona. There is no need to call me.
How is that?
Because their states decide they don't want to do it.
This has always been the
Yes.
case?
Yes.
So then,
Meanwhile,
so does that change the time difference?
yes. Yeah. So now right now, for example, New York is, I believe,
though? Like
3 hours. 3 hours ahead of Arizona, but next week we will be 4 hours,
Really?
right? Ahead
Well,
of
that's
Arizona.
almost. Does that explain? Isn't it like
Does
that,
that- what-
in like Louisiana too? We're gonna have to do some research.
I didn't even know that. I
Does
thought
that-
everybody
does-
did it.
Right. Does that explain?
It's always an hour behind.
Does that
'cause I-
explain
I
why
do
the
remember.
Sasquatch is only seen in the summer?
There's a lot of questions being
The
asked
questions
here.
I don't know. If the Sasquatch is only out in
This
the
is
summer.
why we shouldn't take time for granted.
Right. The Sasquatch is never seen in the winter, only in the summer. I don't know why. The U.S. first implemented daylight savings time during which period? Man in the street question, Yo-Yo. That's
one more
quick.
time.
Sorry, but the man on the street usually gives multiple choice answers.
Okay, all right. Multiple choice,
Right.
multiple choice.
I'm a multiple choice kind of girl. I like
The
options.
United States first implemented daylight savings time during which war? Was it A, the War of 1812, B,
No one cared.
the Civil War, C, the Spanish-American War, D, World War I?
World War One.
Yeah, World War I. I was hoping there would be a World War II in there.
It is World War I.
Yeah.
Correct.
Had
correct.
to be. Can you imagine? Did folks even really have clocks in all the other wars?
Okay, so one of the reasons, by the way, why we like to call ourselves geniuses is because none of us realized that when I said we spring ahead and Arizona would be 4 hours behind, in fact, it would only be 2 hours behind.
hours.
Julie corrected us.
I
We do
figured.
not know
I was
how.
right.
We do not know how to add.
Well,
or
we didn't
subtract.
say we were mathematicians on this
That's
show,
right.
did we?
Meanwhile, let me give you an update on the coronavirus as of 1 p.m. today.
Oh, wow. So the latest of the
Yeah, the latest. As of 1 p.m. today, We had our cleaning crew come in to the Spar and Bernstein's offices. We Cloroxed everything down.
Good.
Okay, and we will be Cloroxing everything seriously.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I hope you're serious.
No, I'm serious. We decided as a group that every day we're gonna Clorox down the entire office, doorknobs, seats, tables, desks, computer keyboards, and phones, and hope we can keep that coronavirus
Out
of here. Right
Yeah.
now, there are 240 confirmed cases in the United States
Wow, the number's
across
going up
19
more and
states.
more every day.
Yeah, I was walking around and I was making a joke to people. I was going around and I go, "Smell that Clorox? Doesn't it smell great?"
Right.
But you know, like
No,
when you know it's killing
Yeah.
when it's killing the coronavirus.
Listen, the train stations smell great now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, really? I haven't taken the subway.
It smells like fabuloso everywhere.
Wow.
Like fabuloso.
So more than 100,600 people have been infected worldwide. 3,400 have sadly died. So we shouldn't joke about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
3,500 people are on board the Princess Cruises Grand Princess, a cruise that went to, I think, San Francisco to Hawaii and back, and now somebody got sick on that cruise, and now they are not allowing that cruise to dock in San Francisco.
Damn.
Medical personnel have tested now 45 people who have either exhibited symptoms or have been on a previous voyage with a 71-year-old man who recently died from the disease. So now they are helicoptering down food to the Princess, and 3,500 people
Wow.
are stranded off the coast of San Francisco, and the United States is not allowing that boat to land.
That's so many
Wait,
people.
the boat was coming from where?
Hawaii.
It left San Francisco, and I think it went to Hawaii and back.
Oh.
Wow.
Right, on a 2-week cruise.
Well, that boat can, that ship can sit right there.
Listen.
My mom actually is in San Francisco for the weekend.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, cruises are nice. You couldn't get me on a cruise ship right now. It seems like every other cruise ship,
That's coming in.
it's coming
Somebody
in. Somebody's sick on that thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Donald Trump has signed an $8.3 billion spending package to combat the spread of the coronavirus. But you know, money talks and bullshit walks, right? You ever hear that saying?
Yes.
Yep.
So there's no better barometer of bullshit and what people think is really happening than if you look at the stock market, because
Right.
people are putting their money where their mouth is. And Donald Trump is saying, don't worry, there's nothing wrong, coronavirus isn't coming here, but nobody is buying it. The stock market dropped again precipitously today.
Oh, wow.
It's down almost 20% in the last several weeks. It is now reaching recession levels.
Uh-oh.
Okay? And they say once it hits 20%, we are officially in a recession. So people, all right, people do not believe what Donald Trump is saying. What Donald Trump is saying, don't worry, people are putting their money where their mouth is.
Wow.
Now, in New York, 2,733 people are currently under quarantine.
In New York?
In New York.
2,000?
2,733 people.
All these numbers come from.
And by the way, not in New York State, in New York City.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard.
Yes. Mayor de Blasio said that both critical patients had underlying conditions that could make the virus even more dangerous to them. 4,000 people are under precautionary quarantine in the entire state. Most of those under self-quarantine have recently returned from 5 countries where the outbreak was most severe: China, Italy, Iran, South Korea, and Japan. The city is aggressively monitoring the 2,773 people who have self-quarantined. The disclosure of 11 new cases in New Jersey just recently comes
There's 2,000 in
as
New York
2
City.
likely cases, including the first positive test, a 32-year-old man from Fort Lee, New Jersey, who has been hospitalized since Tuesday. Is that anywhere near you?
That is very near me.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Now, the latest cases illustrate how the authorities still know little about how long the virus has been present here or how many people are really infected.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Dr. Michael Phillips, the chief hospital epidemiologist for New York University Langone Health System, said in an interview Wednesday that as local capacity to test for the virus expands, we will learn a lot more. Now, recently, Donald Trump said this week that we're going to be able to test over 100,000 people in the United States by today. And Mike Pence has said, no, that's not going to happen. They just don't have the testing equipment, which is why they are saying to people, don't go to the emergency room if you think you have the flu or the cold, unless you are feeling really ill and it's really an emergency to go get tested. Because two things, most likely you have the flu, the cold, or even just seasonal allergies.
Right.
Okay? And you're going to now sit in an emergency room where sitting next to somebody who may be sick with coronavirus.
Yeah.
But if you are feeling ill beyond a common cold feeling, then you obviously should go get tested. They just don't have enough testing equipment at the moment.
Kind of scary.
Yeah. Now, what are they saying about the subway? Let me tell you what they're saying about the subway.
You who can
They
be
said
on
the
subway.
Metropolitan Transportation Authority, this is the subway in New York City, this is the authority that oversees the subway, buses, the commuter rails. They said they have disinfected the entire system every 72 hours. Now, health officials have warned that the virus seems to spread easily, traveling through tiny air droplets produced when a sick person breathes, talks, coughs, or sneezes. The subway, according to many scientists, poses the highest risk of where a person can contract coronavirus. But epidemiologists said the risk of transmission connected to using public transit is very hard to accurately assess. So some people are saying, holy, you know what, don't go in the subway. Others are like, we have no idea.
Right.
Okay. Now, Dr. Stephen Morse, an epidemiology professor at the Mailman School of Public Health at Columbia University, said that generally speaking, two main factors determine the likelihood of contracting a virus: how crowded is the place, and how much time you're spending there. So if you're in a crowded subway, theoretically, and you're in rush hour, and the subway is grinding to a halt, and you're shoulder to shoulder with people, you are more likely to catch coronavirus if somebody in that car has it. Now, New Yorkers do tend to spend less time on the subways and buses than other people in other cities. But Dr. Morse says the risk on public transportation is probably as high or as any other high-density setting, but the time of exposure is shorter because you're not really in the subway for that long. But I don't know. People are in the subway for an hour. So I'm not sure what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then like with them talking about, they like clean it every 72 hours and stuff. I mean, it takes 2 minutes for one person to touch the rail that got it and then walk away and then another person touch it. Like,
well, let me say this. Okay, now you see what you're doing right now. Go to Yo-Yo. What were you just doing, Yo-Yo?
touching.
And then what? What'd you do after?
Touch my face.
Exactly.
I always do that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you need to
Good
do.
catch, Uncle Brad.
Okay. Yo-Yo went to touch the rail, and then he was talking about it and started touching his face.
Yeah.
The act of touching the handle is not going to give you coronavirus.
Just
coronavirus.
touching your face,
It's you
like
touch the
holes.
handle, and now you've touched your face.
Yeah, I tend to
That's
touch
how
my
the
face a lot, too.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
Okay. What I read.
Or even like your nose, if you
Correct.
do this.
Yeah.
Correct.
Or oof,
Now-
your eye.
Now, if
Oof,
you
your
if you're
eyes.
going to be in the subway, and you feel the need, you know, because you're a twitchy person, like baby boy over here. Are you twitchy?
When I think about it, see, like now.
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
just
thinking
now,
about
right,
it,
right.
Like I'm
right.
now, I'm starting
Now
to
you got
itch.
me itchy
Yeah.
now, so I'm starting to touch my own face. I'm just
Right.
watching you. It's like it's so. But when
Contagious.
it's contagious, like the coronavirus.
Right.
But
Right, literally.
what I read, I don't know if this will work or not. But obviously, you know, you carry around Perel, but we've talked about it like it's hundreds of dollars now. But what I also read is carry around tissues. So if you feel the need after you've touched something to touch your face,
Get the tissue.
get a tissue out and let the tissue touch your face with your fingers
Right.
behind it.
That's smart.
And then that is less likely to get the coronavirus on your face.
Yeah.
Just gotta think about it though now. Like,
Now,
you have to remember.
Man.
now Mike Pence says that your health insurance is going to pay once they get these coronavirus tests out. If you're feeling sick, that they're going to pay for your coronavirus test. Let's watch what Mike Pence had to say.
HHS has designated the coronavirus test as an essential health benefit. That means by definition it's covered in the private health insurance of every American, as well as covered by Medicare and Medicaid.
Now, it's unlikely, however, that a patient is only going to receive one test for coronavirus. A doctor may take an X-ray after they take the coronavirus test to see that if you have fluid building up in your lungs. They may take a bacterial test for pneumonia, a viral test for the flu. They may take your blood. So after you get the coronavirus test, which will be covered, you have to also question, what about all these additional tests you're giving me? Will that be covered as well?
Wow. And that's where the trap is.
That's where the trap is, right? Always, even with coronavirus, they're out to make a buck.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Of
They're
course.
out to make a buck. So this'll make you feel really special.
Thank you.
The coronavirus is mutating. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
enough that we got to fight the coronavirus, but now we've got to fight the mutated coronavirus.
Coronavirus
Yes.
2?
Now, it's right now, preliminary research shows that the coronavirus, it's called COVID-19, is mutating, and there's now two types of the virus.
Okay.
One of these is the aggressive strain, which has infected 70% of the people tested, while a less aggressive strain was linked to the rest. Scientists dub the aggressive strain the L type, and the less prevalent version the S type. It's kind of like buying a car, I guess. You know, your
The
L
Sport.
type, the sport or the long-wheeled version.
Base or Sport.
Right. They also cautioned that the data they had available for study was very limited. I'm not exactly sure what this means, other than if it's mutating, they're going to have a much harder time either coming up with a vaccine or a cure for this, because they have to now fight multiple viruses.
Now, do you think that people will be more passive, like, oh, I don't have the coronavirus that really, like, where you're really
Hell
sick.
nah.
I have like level 1 coronavirus.
I don't know. You got like the L. I got the long wheel
Right.
version.
Oh, you got the L. Like,
You got the
oh
L.
You got
my
the
goodness.
L?
Yeah.
Damn, I only got the S. Like, what? No,
I don't
I'm
wish it
still-
upon anyone, any
Yeah,
letter,
that's
A, B,
right.
C, nothing,
Yeah,
none of it.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump,
There you go.
he says he's going to shake people's hands. He doesn't care about the coronavirus.
Good.
He's
Let him
immune
get
to
it.
it. Him and Baby Boy.
Both of us are immune to
You
it.
could go shake his hands.
So he's not elbowing?
He's not elbowing.
Oh, I'm still elbowing.
Now, Trump in a town hall meeting in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is the home of Joe Biden.
Look at his
Okay,
face.
so he went to Scranton, Pennsylvania, just to like kind of shove it up Joe Biden's, tuchus.
He has
Like
nothing to-
I'm going to do my town
at
hall
him.
meeting in his hometown. Is he
puckering up for
he
you.
blow you a kiss?
Does
blowing you
Donald
a kiss.
Trump
Looks
not
like he's
have a
blowing you a
country
kiss.
to like?
What's the
Does he
brand?
have nothing better to do but just pop up on like Joe Biden? Like
Like
really?
Joe Biden's hometown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
He's
was
such a
asked.
jerk.
He was asked in Joe Biden's hometown if he's changing any of his habits. Let's watch.
If there was ever a time that you could convince people not to shake hands, this could be it. Okay, this could be it. I love the people of this country. You can't be a politician and shake hands.
Now, meanwhile, on Wednesday, he tried to explain what he called a hunch that the World Health Organization has overestimated the fatality rate, because he's saying a lot of people are walking around sick and don't realize that they have it. But he doesn't really know. The problem is, nobody really knows what's going on. I have friends, for example, who say they have no problem getting in a plane. They have no problem going on the subway. They have no problem traveling. They would even travel to Italy. They don't have a problem with it because they think this is all overblown hype. There's other people I know who have bought the masks. They're hunkering down. They bought food for a month. They're hoarding cash in their apartment because they think this is going to be the end of the world. And everybody is all over the place. What do you think? Are you an end of the worlder, or are you just like, this is overblown?
I feel like it's important to take precautions, but I feel like this is just like any other infection or virus. We should have had this urgency in being on top of germs and all the other. I don't feel like the world's ending. We just have to be cautious.
Right, so you're more of Donald Trump in this particular case, because he says, I have a hunch this isn't as bad.
Nesquick and Donald Trump are in the same sentence. That I don't like that.
All right.
I'm not saying that it's not important. It's for sure something that is important, but I don't want to live my life in fear. There, how's that?
Yo-Yo, what do you think?
I think that, like I said before, I think it's worse than what they're telling us.
And I think that unless you are elderly or a baby or you have a compromised immune system, if you get coronavirus, you're gonna just get a bad
Well,
cold.
that's kind of how I feel about it.
So I'm not concerned about myself, but I am concerned about my friends who have babies. I'm concerned about the elderly. I'm concerned about my own parents, obviously, that they shouldn't get sick.
So that's where I stand on that. So
Right.
let's say if I had a child or if I had an infant and I was someone that commuted on the train every day, I would probably not commute on the train for some time.
But I still think that they're withholding information from us.
But I also think that we're going to know more Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I mean, there's a lot more we don't know. And I also think that whenever this coronavirus kind of subsides, we're going to be living with coronavirus year after year after year until they come up with a vaccine for it, just like they come up with a vaccine for the flu. And then a vaccine would only work if a vast majority, super majority of people actually take the vaccine. Because if a super majority of people don't take the vaccine, you're going to have a lot of carriers still giving it from one person to the next. You know, the reason why, you know, some people say, well, I didn't get a vaccine, and look, I'm not sick. It's because 99% of the other people did, so there's nobody carrying it and giving it to you.
That's why I don't get no flu shot.
Right, because that's selfish. You just let the other people get the flu shot, and you're like, you know what, 99% of people got the flu shot, so I don't need it. I don't need it now.
I don't get the flu shot either.
No. All right, so Yo-Yo, this goes to what you were talking about yesterday, about homemade remedies.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm Dominican. My whole immune system's built off of home remedies.
So people are now washing their hands because the Perel is too expensive. It's actually cheaper to buy vodka in some places than it is to buy Perel hand sanitizer. So people are going out now on the shelves and buying vodka
and Popov,
and to wash their hands and sanitize it. Now Tito's vodka has come out and said, do not use Tito's vodka to sanitize your hands.
Why?
Because
enough alcohol?
Because there is not enough alcohol in
Tito's
vodka.
is good vodka.
There's not enough alcohol in the vodka to kill all the germs.
Yeah.
What scientists say is that you need a solution that's at least 60% alcohol based.
And
to kill Tito's is 40.
Yeah.
What's that really cheap? There's this really cheap alcohol that like kids would Everclear. That stuff has to. Thanks, Jill. That was perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
God, I almost threw up just
Everclear.
Memories.
That and it's cheap.
I've never had Everclear.
That's probably like
because it's really cheap, horrible. That has to be over 60. It's terrible.
Uncle Brad would never drink Everclear. But I would tell you who would drink Everclear? Scruffy Bread. But by the way, I have an update for the Jill Biden slugfest yesterday that Boss Lady loved. Okay, Boss Lady said, that's my type of Boss Lady, where Jill Biden jumped in front of the protesters protesting dairy who rushed the stage, and Joe Biden looked like a
defending her man.
And Joe Biden looked like a frightened little sheep, right? Right, he looked like a frightened little lamb back there, and Joe Biden was like, "You get away!" And she was like, started to punch the people, right?
She was ready to.
So Yo-Yo said, "What kind of thing is this? There was no Secret Service. That's the worst Secret Service ever, right?" So I have an update to this.
Oh, good, yeah.
Joe Biden does not have Secret Service yet. And the reason he does not have Secret Service yet is Secret Service only gets attached to the actual Democratic nominee.
So does he not have enough money to hire security?
Apparently not. He has been very low on money, but I would assume now that Bloomberg is backing him that he will have security. So so Secret Service only gives him security once he is the Democratic nominee. Until then, he's just running for.
I actually meant to ask that when you mentioned that yesterday. I wasn't familiar with that a candidate would have Secret Service. That makes a lot more sense.
But when I said Secret Service, I'm talking about like
just
security. You have rappers out there, you have actors out there that'll hire, you have people who aren't even like big public figures who will hire security.
But they don't have the money.
Yeah, but he doesn't need like a hardcore like.
The vice president.
Meanwhile, the incident has prompted a House committee Wednesday to urge the Department of Homeland Security to consider assigning protective details to Biden and Sanders as they battle for the Democratic nomination.
That's wild. You don't have no 95%.
There's 95% alcohol in Everclear.
Oh.
So we
60% proof.
So we can buy Everclear in lieu of Perel. It's a lot cheaper.
And sing happy birthday.
And sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to me, Chuck. Would you? Let me ask you a question. Would you like wash your hands and then lick them after just to get?
No,
like,
that would kill the whole purpose of having hands just washed.
because you have the alcohol in your hands.
If you wash your hands,
like, why would you waste good alcohol? Right?
It's not good alcohol.
It's not. You will end up with nubs. No, you will end up with nubs. You will wash your fingers off. Like Everclear, don't do it, y'all.
No one has said that it was okay to do it. I was just mentioning it since we brought up vodka.
All right, yo, it's that time.
Yes.
Boss lady, it's that time.
Let them know.
Let them know what they need to do. We got to answer some immigration questions.
All right, guys, this is your favorite part of the show. We're going to answer immigration questions, so we need you guys all to start your watch parties. Everybody on Facebook, all you have to do is go click on share, start a watch party, and click on start. It will take the video from our page to your page. You are the host with the most, so make sure you guys do that right now.
Alrighty, squad. And on YouTube, same thing. We're gonna share, because sharing is caring. But first, you're gonna subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you know when we are on. Make sure that you share this post. Let people know that Brad is gonna get to the bread and butter of the show, what you guys have all been waiting for your questions to get answered. On Instagram, our contest is still running. Make sure that you follow us at Brad Show Live. You find this post here that could lead you to potentially a free consultation with Brad, which is a $200 value. All you have to do is follow us on Instagram at Brad Show Live. Find this image here, make sure that you double tap and like, and to enter your name into the name machine, you are going to comment, tag 5 friends or more. To enter your name twice, you will tag, comment again, and tag 5 friends again, etc., etc. As many times as you tag and comment, we'll enter your name into the name machine where we will pick a winner for this consultation on Hump Day every Wednesday.
Yeah, all right, guys, so now, this is what you guys have all been waiting for. This is where you guys call in and get your answers to immigration questions.
All right, let's go to Ms. Davy in Toronto, Canada. Ms. Davy, how are you?
Yes, hi.
How are you?
Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. What's going on?
Okay, I'm a Canadian citizen and my mom is an American citizen. I live here in Canada and she lives in the U.S. She has filed a petition for me 5.5 years ago and it got approved. Now I just have to gather all the information and the documentation that the embassy wants.
Right.
And go for an interview. I still don't have an appointment yet, but I still have to gather all the documents. Now the problem is that 33 years ago, I have a conditional discharge here in Canada, and I got a pardon for it. And
what was it for?
It was over shoplifting under 1,000.
Okay. It's perfectly fine. It was 32 years ago. It's a petty offense, and you have a pardon for it anyway. You have to disclose it, but you'll be fine.
Yes. But when I asked the RCMP to get a fingerprint, it came out as nothing. I have no record in RCMP, Royal Canadian Police.
Okay.
It came out as nothing. So I don't know. I still have to disclose it, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would disclose it and say, I have a pardon, and here's my fingerprint. There's no record of it. It was 32 years ago, and it's destroyed.
Okay. But what if they want like a court record or anything? I don't have anything.
You can't give them what you don't have, and you have no record, but you want to be truthful.
Yes, but again, when I asked my lawyer, she said I have to ask under Privacy Act. It's under Privacy Act for RCMP National Entire Repository. So I did fingerprint again. It should come in about hopefully soon. Mm-hmm. That if there is anything in the National Repository entire holding, it should show. If it doesn't show, that means I'm okay, right?
If it happened, you have to admit it. If it doesn't
Yes.
show, it doesn't show. So, I mean, you do what you need to do. These are the records. I'm telling you, I was arrested 32 years ago, and I have the case pardoned. I'm sure you have some paperwork on it from a court or something.
Yes.
Okay, so you bring the
Okay.
paperwork from the court, but it doesn't matter, because even if it wasn't pardoned, it was 32 years ago and it was a petty offense.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
this is counted as a petty offense.
It would be, yes. And if you need help, hold on one second, okay?
Oh.
All right, let's go to Camille in Brooklyn. Camille.
Oh, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine, thank you. My question is, if you got married with adjustment of status and you got the first green card, however, you're not living in the same state as your husband anymore, will that be a factor?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you come around for the second interview?
When you go to remove the conditions of your permanent residence and you go from the 2-year to the 10-year, you have to show you and your spouse live together. And if you can't show you and your spouse live together, you're going to have a big problem.
Big as in huge.
Because of what?
I'm saying a very big problem.
Yes, because how do they determine a bona fide marriage? They determine a bona fide marriage. Do you live together? Do you have a financial relationship?
Not really.
All right,
No.
so you got a problem. Hold on one second. Let's go to Jay in Santa Rosa, California. Jay.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. So I have 2 questions.
Yes.
I came on a visa, B1 visa, to the United States in 2014.
Right.
And within a year, I filed my asylum, and I got my interview with USCIS in 2017, and I couldn't satisfy the officer, and they referred my case to the immigration court. So in 2018, I got married, and my wife filed I-130 petition for me with USCIS, and I got interviewed on January 28th. So my petition got approved for behalf of my wife, and they said I have to file I-485 to immigration court for adjustment of status.
You got to ask permission for the judge first. You just don't randomly file an I-485 with the court.
Yes. So the thing is, now do I have to file I-944 form also?
Yes. You will eventually need to do it. Yes.
Okay. And the second question is, during my interview.
By the way.
Yes.
You do not need, if you're doing the adjustment through the judge, you will not need to do that because that's the EOIR. It's not USCIS, so you would not need to do it through an adjustment through a judge. If the judge terminates your case and tells you to go file the adjustment with immigration, you would need to do it. Let me be clear.
I-94, I-944.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, I have a second question. Is during my interview, the immigration officer asked me, so if you filed the asylum, so did you lie during your visa interview? And I said, yeah, because I needed asylum. So I have a question. Do I need to file 601 waiver?
Yes. Now you've admitted to a misrepresentation. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right,
that's all. Thank you for your help.
Do you have attorneys helping you on this?
No, that's
I think
why
it sounds like you need one. Hold on one second. All right. Let's go to Christina in Houston, Texas. Christina. Christina. Christiana. Whether it's Christina or Christiana, she's not listening. Let's go to Miss Abdallah in Baltimore.
Hi, Brett.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I'm about to apply for adjustment of status.
Right.
And I wanted to know if my husband have a son and he's disabled, he get a disability check. So is that going to be affecting me?
No.
From the public
No.
charge?
Nope.
Rules?
Nope. No. So public service for children are public benefits for children don't apply.
So in the form I-944, they asking me to write all the checks and stuff that I get. Do I need to write it?
Yes, be honest, but it's not going to affect you.
Okay. So my second question, my husband got changed his work from to a private work. So what kind of form that we need to submit for the affidavit of support?
a job letter.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Let's go to Hossein in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hossein,
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
what's up?
My wife from Djibouti, and she has the interview date scheduled on March 12th. And I make 40,000 last week, but this year I make more than that. And she's a French speaker. She don't speak English, and she worked there. And with the public charge role, so what's going to affect? What do you think is going to affect? I do have a health insurance on my work job, and I had a letter from my HR.
I think if you earn over 60,000, you say you're making more than 40. Bring proof that you're making more now. Bring proof of that she has medical, and I mean you should be okay. Even if she doesn't speak English, maybe you want to go to Djibouti and go with her on the interview.
Oh, okay. Like I have a letter from my job saying that she will have insurance whenever she comes to the U.S.
Perfect.
So I don't have to go there. Just to send the paperwork there, right?
Okay, yeah. If you, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to go.
Yep.
But sounds okay. Sounds okay to me.
In 2017, I had an appendix removal. That time it was emergency. But I had.
What are you earning right now? How much money are you earning right now?
80,000 a year.
Okay, make sure she brings proof that you're making $80,000 a year, and she's going to get medical insurance through your job. She will get through.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Let's go to Funmi in Lynn, Massachusetts. Funmi or Fumi?
Fumi.
Yes. What's up?
Okay, so I filed for VAWA in 2016, got my first EAD card and parole card in 2017. Then I traveled abroad in 2018. I got sick and I couldn't travel. I couldn't come back. But I already applied for my EAD card and my travel document before I traveled. So it didn't come until November 2018, so I came back to the U.S. My card came in February 25th, 2019. So then I renewed again.
Your work permit? You're talking about your work permit?
Yes. So I renewed again last year.
You filed an adjustment application?
Yes.
When?
I filed in 2016.
You filed a VAWA case in 2016. When did you file your adjustment? In 2016 too?
Yes, I filed everything.
And you don't
together.
have a green card to this day? 4 years later?
No, I don't.
Okay. All I can tell you is there's something wrong there. Okay? I don't even need the magic 8-ball to tell me that. 4 years pending VAWA case, and you still don't have a decision? You need to make it. You need to come see me. Hold on. There's a problem. I don't know what it is, but there's a problem. Hold on. Let's go to Kenny. Is this the same Kenny we got disconnected with yesterday?
Yeah, what's going on, Cousin Brad?
What's going on? All right.
Not bad.
But I'm now Cousin Brad. It's not Uncle Brad, Scruffy Brad. I'm just Cousin Brad now.
Okay.
All right. What's going on?
Just switching it up. Yes. My wife has a 2-year green card.
Yeah.
And I know you have to have everything filed together.
Right.
But right now we're trying to change her maiden name to my last name on her social. Is it okay we file with her maiden name before the?
Yes. Yeah. It's a modern world. She doesn't have to take your name.
Oh, it wouldn't affect when it's on the room, the condition?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Okay. Let's go to Tanya in Huntsville, Alabama. Tanya.
Hey, Brad. How you doing?
Wonderful. How you doing?
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
I was previously married. My spouse and I divorced, and he got married to somebody else, and now is a U.S. citizen. We've since reconnected. If he were to file for me, would that be a problem?
As long as you can prove that his marriage, when he got his green card and citizenship, was legit, you're allowed to fall out of love with you, marry somebody else, fall out of love with them, marry you back. Is it a usual occurrence that happens in people's lives? No. Is it more usual in immigration? Yes. Does it happen when it has nothing to do with immigration? Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor married Richard Burton twice, so it happens. All right, that's a perfect example. But he has to be prepared to show that his prior marriage that he got his legal status through was also a legit marriage. I mean, they'll question everything more. Did he just divorce you to marry someone else to get a green card? But as long as there's proof and that all of these relationships are legitimate, it happens. People fall in love, fall out of love, and fall back in love with the same people.
Sure do.
All right.
Also, Brad, I have a friend, her sister is petitioning for her, and the I-130 was approved in 2010. She's in the States. The question is there a waiver for her so she can adjust here when her priority date becomes current?
Who's filed for who?
Her sister.
Her sister? Unless she's 245I, she will not be eligible to adjust her status.
What's 245I?
Somebody filed for her before April 30th, 2001.
She was married before, and that didn't work out. So probably, I know they said she's grandfathered in or something.
Yes, that would be the grandfathering under 245I. So then the answer is yes.
Okay, so she would file the 245I.
Correct.
When the priority date becomes current.
Correct. With proof that she had that previously filed application.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So will a denial suffice from her first filing?
No, you don't want to submit a denial because you have to show that you had an approvable case. The case was denied, that's not approvable. So we got to look to see why it was denied. If it was denied because, the marriage broke up and they didn't show up to an interview, then they're going to have to submit proof that had they shown up to the interview, it would have been approved. If the couple,
they showed up.
1 second. If the couple showed up to the interview, were interviewed, and they said this is not a good marriage, case denied, that's not an approvable case. That's not a 245I case. So I think this person needs to have a consultation with me and see what actually went down. Hold on. Let's go to Ian in Brooklyn, New York. Ian.
Yeah, Brad. Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I called the other day. I was the person who called in regard to my friend who got deported under that aggravated felony.
Right.
In the third degree. I did have another question, which I did not ask you.
This was a drug offense, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. What happened when he came to the U.S., he was the age of 17, and he was filed for by his father, who was a U.S. citizen from 1978.
Okay.
And he got deported. So he wanted to find out if he was
deported.
Citizen. Yes, because he said that they at the court, the judge was telling him some.
How old is he?
He's about now he's about 50 now or around here now.
All right. So the laws changed in 2001. They're actually more liberal now than they were back in the day, which is actually weird because usually immigration laws were more liberal back in the day than they are now. But for certificates of citizenship, they're actually more liberal now. So he falls under the less liberal laws prior to 2000, prior to February 2000. And the reason is because now the law says if you are under 18, you have a green card, and you live in the physical and legal custody of your U.S. citizen father, you're a citizen. Back in the day, you had to prove one of four things. You had a green card, you were under 17, which he did, and then had to prove one of four things. Either both mom and dad are citizens. Two. I'm
going
to go through all four and see if anything applies to him. I'm going to tell you all four. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Mom and dad are citizens, and he's under 18. Dad's a citizen, divorced mom. He has custody of this kid. Mom's a citizen. Nobody knows who dad is. Dad's a citizen. Mom's dead.
Okay, dad is a citizen, but he did not marry to his mother.
Okay, then he most likely is not a U.S. citizen, but I'm happy to look at it, but most likely not. Unless the mother passed.
All right, okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right.
Let's go to Keisha in Newark, New Jersey. Keisha.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm just calling. I'm good. I was calling because my fiance is
from Nigeria, but he lives in Dubai. And I was going to go marry him in April, but I wanted to know, was the ban going to affect him?
What is his status in Dubai? Is he a lawful resident in Dubai?
He's a resident. He's
Yeah.
just a resident.
Yeah, it applies to Nigerian citizens applying for immigrant visas abroad. So the answer is yes.
Oh, okay.
If
Thank
he
you.
can get a visa to come to America, and you can do his adjustment here.
Oh, okay. So being as though the ban is going on now, he could still try to get a visa to come here.
He could try. I mean, he's a resident of Dubai. I mean, it doesn't hurt. The worst they'll say is no.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Jay in Atlanta, Georgia. Jay.
It's still there now?
Jay.
Yeah. You gotta get it. You gotta get it.
Jay.
Well, I had a flight on Sunday or Monday. I don't even know.
Are they having
Hello?
an interesting conversation?
Hello?
Jay.
This would be an interesting conversation.
Jay.
Yeah, hello.
You're live.
Oh, good day, Brad.
Good day. How are you?
I'm fine. It's a lovely day to be fine.
It's a lousy day. Why?
Lovely
lovely.
day.
Oh, much better. Okay. What's going on?
Yeah. I have a question to ask you. My interview is next week, Thursday.
Interview for
and
what?
I-485
Okay.
applicant. Yeah. So I've been arrested and my case dismissed
For what?
for pandering.
Pandering?
Yeah, but
What's
the judge
pandering?
dismissed the case.
What's pandering?
Something like the desire or something. I don't really know that word, to be honest.
I don't know what pandering means either. You were What were you? They said you were trying to be with a prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the case was dismissed.
Yeah. No.
Then you're fine.
conviction.
Then you're fine.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I want to ask. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. But I should have said this. Obviously, going with his wife, they're gonna embarrass you and say, by the way, to the wife, you know, this guy was arrested for going to a prostitute.
Right.
So you better make sure your wife knows, because if the wife says, "What? You never told me?"
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
Really?
And fights happened right there.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and immigration officers
I'll be
love
like
when
this.
they do that. So make sure you got to have
sure
a sit
they
down.
do.
You got to have a sit down with your wife.
Wow.
Oh, my what?
You probably want to also clear the air. Some people are thinking that you got arrested 33 years ago.
Who did?
Because you said it, you were saying it in example for, like, this is a couple calls back.
What'd I say?
You said, I think so. I got arrested like 33 years ago or something like that. And you were like, I got arrested 33.
All right, public service announcement by Uncle Brad.
Yes.
Clear the air.
Uncle Brad has never been arrested in his life for anything. Scruffy Brad.
Questionable.
Questionable, but when we look back at his records, also never been arrested for anything.
Because it was in the comments.
I don't even know what I said.
Yeah, you did say it, but like the way you said it was you were kind of saying I did, but I know you didn't. So I just wanted look. They're saying yes, you did. You said it, Brad. So I know I'm not tripping. Jessica Leamy said that. All right. So
does this look like the face of a guy in the back of a cop car?
Hey, you never know.
It doesn't matter, right? You never know.
Yeah,
You never know.
Right? You never know. But the answer is no.
Okay.
Got it.
Never. I dare anyone to find my criminal record. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
I will give $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion to the first person to find my criminal records. And I know why I will never give that $1 billion away. I've never been arrested. Doesn't exist. All right, let's go to Ab in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hello, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
Thanks for the update on the COVID-19, right? COVID-19. Thanks for the updates.
All right, what's going on? Thank you.
Yes, I am an LPR, legal permanent resident, and I filed for my son, who is 19, and it's in a university here. However, he has done his biometrics, and I got an RIP, a very unusual one.
What is
They asked me to provide my U.S. citizenship eligibility, and I didn't file as a U.S. citizen. The notice of action even acknowledged the fact that I was a legal permanent resident. So I don't know what to do.
They ask you for proof that you are eligible to become a U.S. citizen?
No, so it's as if I filed as a U.S. citizen.
Okay, so then what you would write back is, here is a copy of my green card. I am not a U.S. citizen. I was filing as a lawful permanent resident for my child.
Yeah.
That's how I would respond.
Okay. Then second, I have another question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My son is it will be 21. He's headed for 21 in August. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if his age would be a problem, because I've already filed the adjustment of status, for him. He's going to be 21 in August.
Well, as long as he was in legal status, now I know why they're asking for proof of your U.S. citizenship. When you filed his adjustment, was he in legal status?
Yes.
And the priority dates were current?
Yes.
All right. Then he should be okay.
Okay.
All right. Then I would also respond to that letter and say, I'm a lawful permanent resident. I'm filing for my son. My son was in legal status when I filed the adjustment, and the priority dates were current for that as well.
Yes. Okay. Thanks a lot, Brad.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye. Let's go to Samdat in Queens. Samdat.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
So, Brad. I'm okay. Good night to you and everyone joining you.
Thank you.
I have a 3-part question, please.
3 parts. Excuse me, boss lady, get some pen out.
No, not to. Is
it going to be complicated? Because if this is complicated,
no, not complicated.
I gotta get somebody to write this down. I'm gonna forget. Part 2.
No, it's straightforward.
I have 3 parts in 6 different sections. All right, what is it?
3 different.
Okay.
I work $32,000 yearly, and I'm a legal permanent resident filing for my wife. I just submitted documents to the NVC. I have insurance from my work, which I can provide to her also. Would that be any problem with me with the new public charge? I really am not affiliated with it.
That's a start. I would also submit proof, that she has some sort of skill, education, maybe have a job offer for her as well when she comes and gets her green card.
Okay, thank you.
And then I think you'll be okay.
That's when she goes to the interview, or
on the affidavit of support requirements. I would submit it all with the National Visa Center. They have their own special form.
Okay, thank you. And that's 2 in 1. I have a question about expediting my case. I'm from a country called Guyana in South America, and
Never heard
now
of the place.
there's
where is it?
Never. Guyana in South America.
I have 100,000 clients from Guyana. I was making a joke because you said I'm from a country in South America called Guyana. I'm like, I don't know, I never heard of the place.
If you're familiar, they have elections right now.
I've never been to Richmond Hill, Queens, right? You ever been there? Nobody from Guyana in Richmond Hill, right? All right.
Well, they have elections right now, and the current government, they're not letting go forward.
They're not going to expedite anybody's case because of what's going on in Guyana right now, unfortunately.
I figured.
All right.
Well, I want to use that as a reason.
No, they're not going to do it.
All right. Thank you very much, you guys. Have a great night.
Okay, you too. All right. So with that being said, in today's Spar and Bernstein Attorney Close-Up, personal injury attorney David Levy answers common questions he's asked by clients. Let's watch.
Question that I get a lot is, how long after an accident should a client contact an attorney? And the answer to that is immediately, as soon as possible. There are various reasons for why you would want to contact an attorney right after an accident. Number 1, insurance companies get a notification from the other side that there's been an accident involved. They're going to be looking to contact you as soon as possible to try and get your statement They're going to be looking to contact you as soon as possible to try to get photographs, videos, and then at a later point in time, if you decide to hire an attorney after already speaking with an insurance adjuster, they're going to use the information that they got from you or from someone else against you. In addition, there are various statutory deadlines that must be complied with after an accident. An attorney can tell you what those deadlines are, what paperwork needs to be filed, what documents need to be drafted, where they need to be sent to, and various other procedural and legal requirements that need to be met prior to ever initiating a case. Some people say, well, I got rear-ended, or I fell down a defective staircase, or I tripped over an uneven sidewalk, or I fell off of some ice on the ground. But I'm not that hurt. I have a gash over here, or I have a sprained neck over there. I don't think it's anything serious. The problem with that mentality is many times our bodies feel like we're okay, but a day passes, a week passes, a few weeks pass. Next thing you know, that neck pain got much worse, that shoulder begins to hurt much more, and your injuries gradually get worse and worse and worse. And at that point, it may be too late to do anything, because when you contact an attorney 3, 4, 5 weeks down the line, at that point, the insurance company is going to be looking for anything it can find to minimize your damages, to minimize your claim. Let's face it, insurance companies are not in the business of charity. They're trying to prevent you from recovering any money for a claim. Why would we give them any ammunition for them to defeat your claims? That's why it's imperative, whether you think you're injured or not, to contact an attorney right away. Their attorney will take care of all documents for you, all procedural requirements, get you in touch with the best medical professionals available who can examine you to see the full extent of your injuries and ensure that you're on your way to a very, very, very good settlement.
Successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. So meanwhile, if you didn't get your questions asked by calling me, Scruffy Brad, Uncle Brad, Brad Bernstein, immigration attorney. You could always follow me on @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. And if you follow me @RealBradBernstein, you like some of my pictures, it could be nice if you do. You could always drop me a DM if I know who you are, you look familiar to me. I'll try to help you with your immigration problem as best as I can. Many times I help people. Sometimes I say, you know what, I think you need a consultation. It can go both ways. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. Why don't you tell everybody to follow us at Brad Show? That's your job.
Yeah, let's do my part,
Right.
Brad.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyways, guys, you can also follow us at Brad Show Live, and on @Brad Show Live on Instagram, you will also have the opportunity to enter for a $200 value consultation with Brad, absolutely free. All you have to do is find this post on our Instagram, double tap it, like it. You also enter your name into our name machine by commenting, tagging 5 friends. We'll enter your name twice if you comment again and tag 5 more friends. Tag 10 friends, tag 15 friends. The more you tag, the more times we'll enter your name into the name machine.
And what will happen is we will take out the name machine on this Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we will pick a lucky person to have a free consultation.
On Hump Day.
Yes.
Right. So we've already given away 4 or 5 free consultations already.
Oh, that's
Have
awesome.
people come in to use it?
People have used them all already.
Of course.
Nice.
That's right. So it's very, very nice. And
Yeah.
Yo-Yo?
And you guys can follow us on our Instagram. What's
Yeah,
yours?
surely. So you can follow me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And you can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV. Since you want to give the accent, I can do it too.
All right. Now, Spar and Bernstein, Tax Abogado, Carmela Waldron sat with me recently to discuss offers and compromise. What are those, you may ask? Well, watch this. The answer can save you lots of money and anxiety. Let's watch. Starting the new year with a clean slate, particularly as tax time approaches, is one of the best things you can do for yourself all year. If you owe back taxes, playing like an ostrich and putting your head in the sand is the worst move you can make. There are many ways to get your back taxes down to a manageable sum, if not waived altogether. Here to discuss how she can help you navigate and overcome your tax debt, and a recent case in which she got her client's IRS debt down from $25,000 to $450. Wow! Talking about making tax sexy is our one and only tax attorney extraordinaire, Carmela Waldron, in a segment we like to call Cutting Your Taxes with Carmela. Welcome to Brad Show Live, and I'm going to tell you something. There is very little that is sexy about taxes, but when I hear that somebody owed $25,000 and you cut their tax debt down to $450, that to me is making tax sexy. Obviously, if you owe taxes, it affects you emotionally, puts a lot of stress on you, getting these tax letters from the state, the government, the federal government, the city. Tell me what the government does to really put the noose around your neck, so to speak.
If you owe a lot of money in taxes, the IRS can move forward with garnishments of your paycheck, levy your bank accounts. If you own a business, also levy the bank account of the business. And most importantly, in New York, they could suspend your license if you owe more than $10,000 in taxes, file liens, which makes things very, very difficult for you.
If you have a client that owes back taxes, what are you going to do for them?
First thing, I do an evaluation, try to file what is called an offer in compromise application.
What is the offer in compromise?
It's telling the government that your expenses are more than your income and you want to settle a tax debt.
So basically what you're saying is, my client can't pay it.
Correct.
What information would you give the IRS to show that your client's assets are much less than what they owe?
For example, I'll show them their bank account or prepare a profit and loss statement if they're self-employed, or also show other documents such as their pay stub.
What if they have a business or they're employed, they don't have a home, they don't have any significant assets, but they make money every week, get a salary? Isn't the IRS going to say, well, just take their salary every week?
No, because in the IRS code, there's certain things that you allow for livable expenses. For example, certain things are exempt, like rent, mortgage, utilities, and those are the things that when you hire a tax attorney myself, I could prepare that for you.
Once the IRS, once they accept an offer in compromise, and you basically say, you know what, my client can't pay it, this is what they can pay, do they have to pay in one lump sum or do they get a payment plan?
Well, it really depends on the situation. Sometimes you could pay one lump payment, or for the IRS, you could pay off the settlement in 5 months, or in some cases for New York, I got a settlement to be paid off in 3 years.
Now, this sounds great to probably everybody. They all want to call right now and say, Carmela, save me all my taxes.
Yes.
This obviously doesn't apply to everybody.
Correct.
You told us who qualifies for an
Right.
offer in compromise. Tell us who does not qualify.
For example, if you have own a house that has a lot of money in equity, there's value in that house. Also, if you have a lot of assets, own a lot of cars, have a lot of money in the bank account, a business is profitable. These are the things that shows that you do have the funds available.
Now, in those situations, those people, should they be ostriches and stick their head in the sand?
No.
What do they do if they don't qualify for the offer of compromise?
Sure. You can also contact me to have an installment agreement to be prepared for you, so you have the taxes paid on a monthly basis.
But why can't somebody just do that themselves? Why do they need to hire you for the installment payment?
Because I could also negotiate with the IRS or that state on an affordable installment payment plan. I always say the IRS and the state always look out for their own interest, meaning to get most money out of you as possible.
I mentioned earlier, you just got a client's tax debt down from $25,000, which is a substantial amount of money, and turned it into $450.
Yes.
Does this affect their credit rating, that all of a sudden now their credit rating's down the tubes because they didn't pay this tax?
Correct. And this is another thing about the benefits of getting a settlement on an offer and compromise application. If a lien was filed, you just pay that settlement, and once you pay the settlement, the lien will be removed from your credit report.
So it actually makes your credit better.
Correct.
This was an incredible result that you have, and by the way, it's not her only incredible result. She has these incredible results all the time. Tell me what you did.
Sure. So for this particular person, he was going through divorce. He has 2 children that he has to pay child support for, and he actually ran out of money regarding his divorce case, and he owed $25,000 in taxes, and he's really stressed out about it. So I filed a offer and compromise application for him, and then about 4 to 5 months later, he got acceptance of $450. This is a case where this person did not own any assets. He worked on the books.
An amazing, amazing job. Had he not come to you, he would have been on a payment plan with the IRS until the day they bury him. How much can he afford to pay out of his salary, plus pay the child support, plus the rent?
Correct.
You can't wipe this away in in bankruptcy ever. You can never wipe away a tax debt, and the interest would have been unfathomable to this guy, plus penalties.
Correct. And I also want to state another success story as well of a woman who was on disability, Social Security, and she owed $30,000 in taxes, and I got a settlement for her for $4,000. So these are cases where people who have health reasons and they cannot work anymore, like in this woman's case, and she owed this large amount of tax debt.
Well, that's an amazing result.
I have one more.
Oh, you want to tell one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I also want to state that people who owe payroll taxes, corporate taxes for a business. I had a client of mine owed about $100,000 in taxes, and I got a settlement for $15,000.
From payroll taxes that was not paid.
Correct.
And it's all the same thing. It's all showing, you know what? Yes, we owe it. No, we can't pay it back.
Correct.
And that's the offer in compromise. Great job, Carmela. And by the way, the money that you would pay Carmela, in case you were wondering, is peanuts compared to the money that she's saving you. Amazing job. Obviously, prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome, but Carmela is really making tax sexy again. Congratulations, Carmela. Great job.
Thank you, Brad.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, Carmela. You love Carmela.
I love Carmela. Hey,
who loves Carmela?
I love Carmela.
You love Carmela when she saves you money.
I love Carmela. I loved Carmela before she saved me money.
But you love her more now that she did it,
Who
right?
wouldn't?
I actually did a couple pieces with her, so.
What do you mean you did a couple of pieces with her?
We have a new segment.
A new segment.
Yes.
Exactly. You think you're the only one that gets to talk to Carmela, Brad?
I got to talk to Carmela. You guys are gonna love our segment.
We're on this show to talk to people.
I don't know how you got to talk to her and I didn't.
Well, it's part of my job.
I'm jealous now. Let's go to social media check-in.
And since we're at social media check-in, I just want to remind everyone, in case you're just tuning in, the first 5 questions that Yo-Yo and I are reading came from our Facebook page.
Yes, and
just
all
saying.
You have to do to get a part of that whole VIS, very important squad member, all you have to do is put Bradshaw Live in the Facebook search section, and then you'll see it'll say join. Okay, make sure it's not the actual page where our show is on. This is an actual fan page that you guys can actually join and become members of. All right, so our first VIS, very important squaddy, is Dana saying, thank you for replying, but this is my question. How long does it take to get a swearing ceremony in New York? Did my citizenship interview on the 14th of January, and it was approved. Case status online said in line for ceremony. Should I keep waiting or give them a call?
You can call them, but it's probably going to be 90 to 120 days from the time of your interview.
Alrighty, the next one comes from Flawless Mama, and she says, my friend is married to a U.S. citizen who is filing for herself and 3 kids. After filing taxes, he owes the IRS $2,000, and the application will be approved if he pays part of the money to the IRS, or do you have to settle all his debts to the IRS?
No, you don't have to settle your debts to get the application approved.
Okay, Dolapo saying, I was in an abusive marriage. I got divorced. I was given a state attorney, which I applied for a VAWA. 360, 765, and 485. Fee waiver was only approved for the I-360. Do I have to pay the fee for the 765 and 485 to reapply? And can I also apply for advanced parole?
You can apply for any fee waiver that they allow you to. I don't know enough about the fee waivers, because if somebody comes to an attorney to file an application, we can't turn around and say, well, you're able to pay the attorney, but you weren't able to pay for the filing fee. So I don't personally, in my office or in my practice, use the fee waivers. I believe you can use a fee waiver for the I-45 on a VAWA case, though.
Alrighty, so the next one, it's a little lengthy, but it comes from Bookie O. He says, hi, Uncle Brad. I have an interview with the USCIS in 2 weeks time, but my spouse didn't agree to file joint taxes with me. He filed single. He has really bad credit, owing different banks, so we couldn't open a joint bank account. Would that be a problem? First question.
Yeah.
He is so irresponsible that I'm actually in this marriage for love. What are my chances getting a green card?
I don't know, but you're already behind. You already have a couple negatives. You don't have a bank account together. You didn't file your taxes together, so you have a couple negatives. You have explanation why he owes money, and I want to, be part of his bad credit. But you better come in with overwhelming evidence that you live together, and have some sort of financial relationship with him. It's not enough just to say, I love the man.
And the last part of this...
Well, I'm not sure what there is to love there.
And the last part of this question is,
but well, maybe we
his
don't know him
heart.
well enough. Maybe we don't know him
his
well enough.
heart, not his credits to
Yeah,
Lord.
maybe we don't know him well enough. Yet.
Love is blind, exactly. And then last part of the question says, and no, I got my EAD 4 months ago, so I haven't been able to put lots together to prove bona fide marriage. Should I postpone the interview? And if yes, for how long can I postpone?
You can't postpone the interview. Go, do the best you can. If they don't believe it's a real marriage, they'll schedule you for Stokes.
That's it.
Okay, Hamid saying, I just wanted to know the requirements if I bring my mother to the USA to visit.
Prove that she's returning home.
Next one comes from Adioscan Yinsky, and they ask, I have a DUI from 2019. I got my green card in 2019 September. How long can I file for my citizenship?
5 years from the time of the end of your DUI. I mean, you can file for it tomorrow, but you got to prove good moral character.
Okay, Ruth saying, my name is Rutho. I entered the USA November 2018. Although I've overstayed my visa in Texas, a Nigerian can. My son.
The son
can still do the adjustment.
Yes,
status
because
for me.
she's Nigerian and adjusting here.
Okay.
The key thing to remember: Nigerian here, good. Nigerian in Nigeria, no good.
Okay.
This one comes from Almighty Dean, and he says, afternoon, Uncle Brad. My wife just got her EAD card today. In how many days shall she get her Social Security? There it is.
Magic 8 Ball. The wife got the work permit today. When will Social Security mail her Social Security? It says, soon.
Oh.
That's what it says, soon.
It's a good start.
It's a good start. I don't know when she's going to get her Social Security, but generally it's week, 2 weeks, somewhere around there.
Okay, Daniel Cadalis saying, how is underage children granted U.S. passports at the embassy during the time of the interview or when they get here to the USA? Please explain. I'm a parent and a U.S. citizen.
At the embassy is responsible for giving U.S. passports.
Okay, this one comes from Angela XOXO. The movement of Philippines is really fast, especially F2B.
Okay. That's a statement?
It's a question, I believe.
It's a statement?
The movement for Philippines is really fast.
The movement?
Yeah.
What kind of, she's talking about the visa bulletin.
Will this continue? What's the possible cause?
Not enough Filipinos are getting their green card, so they're moving them forward. There's a quota on immigrants. So they figure out how many immigrants are going to get their green card in the year from the Philippines, and they divide it by 12. And when people start not getting their green cards at any given month, they say, okay, we got to add more people onto the quota for the next month. So right now, the Philippines for the F2B is October 1st, 2009. Very good.
Oh, wow.
Very good. Not bad.
Cool.
Not bad.
All right, Baliabe saying, happy Friday, squad. What's the best way to file a 751? What do I need to prove other than the one you proved on your interview?
Same exact thing, but 2 years later.
Alrighty. This one comes from Jemima Lescarukura. You had a hard time with that last name earlier, too. Can green parents or siblings petition for their child or siblings above the age?
Green parents?
I'm assuming can green card parents or siblings?
Because if your parents green, you got bigger problems than applying for the green card. You have to go see a doctor. I go see a doctor.
Can green card parents or siblings petition for their children or siblings above the age of 21, or should they wait till they have their citizenship?
As long as the children are single, file right now.
Demore saying, hey guys, my I-130 petition by my wife for me was sent to DOS today, but I have an AOS pending too. Could anyone say why it was sent to DOS for consular processing? I'm in the US. The I-130 was filed by itself long before I did the I-485. So what do I do now?
Write the National Visa Center and tell them you filed the adjustment. Here's proof of it. Please send everything back to immigration.
This one comes from Camille Fisher, and she says, good evening. I'm married but not living in the same state as my husband. Will that be a problem when my green card comes up for renewal? I'm still in my first 2 years.
I think we spoke to her on the phone. The answer is yes, it's a problem.
Abby Williams, Monkurai. That's what it was. I got an RFE to send my eligibility as a U.S. citizen petitioner. When I actually filed the I-130 for my spouse as an LPR and included a copy of my green card with the petition, what do I do?
It sounds like that same person as before. So the immigration is going to give people problems who are filing adjustments under the F2A category as lawful permanent residents when their spouses were in legal status and the priority dates were current. What you got to do is respond and say, here's my green card. My spouse was in legal status when I filed the adjustment. Priority dates were current. Please continue with the case.
Okay. Next one comes from A. Jones. My AOS is pending. Hubby applying for I-130 for my kids abroad. What documents should be submitted and what's the process time?
File an I-130.
29 Super C saying, has any of your clients had a stall on their I-130 or I-140 petitions being approved? If so, is it because of the public charge coming into effect last week on Monday?
I don't know why, but yeah, a lot of people get stalled. But I don't know the reasons. You never know.
Do they ever disclose them after the fact, or?
You don't know why a case doesn't go as fast as another case. You can suppose, maybe the person has some background problems. Right. Maybe it's from the country they're
from. Case to case.
Yeah, I mean, you never know why anything takes longer than another. Right. But ultimately, if there's a problem with the case, you're going to find out what it is. But you don't know while you're waiting to hear why did my friend hear and I didn't hear.
Right.
Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you can take guesses why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one comes from Shugs. Marriage-based AOS after interview I-130 was approved. Notice was sent in the mail. After awaiting 120 days, waiting for green card, my notice reads that my I-130 has been reopened. What's going on?
After he got approved and now the I-130 was reopened?
Yes, marriage-based AOS after interview I-130 was approved.
So then that means that they want to deny your case now.
We talked to Funmi.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to skip that one. Okay, our last one for now is Bouillon saying, will a significant amount of debt be considered a negative factor for public charge? It's all paid on time.
No.
All right.
All right. So we've all heard the American cliche, the early bird catches the worm.
Yes.
You know who said that?
No.
Ben Franklin. I was about to say Franklin D. Roosevelt, but it was actually
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
I do remember that.
Yes. Also, our first Postmaster General.
Okay.
Also, the founder of the Farmer's Almanac.
Great. Wow.
And all of us will be saying it after daylight savings when we're up earlier.
Also, a famous bridge in Philadelphia named after him. We've also heard actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
I've said that to my children many, many a time. But do you know common cliches from countries around the world? Well, test your knowledge with Jonathan Baby Boy Elias. He went out in the streets to find out if people can identify some really strange, expressive phrases from around the world. Let's watch.
Yo, what's good, Brad Squad? It's your boy Jonathan Elias out here in the streets of New York, and I'm here with a brand new game. I'm about to take you all around the world with some of the most widely used cliches from across the globe. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use some of these cliches, translate them from different languages, and then ask some New Yorkers if they can guess what they mean. And I want you guys all to play along too. I'm gonna check the comments, okay? Now let's go. Now, you ready to play?
I'm ready! Woo! I'm ready!
Scream it out. Ready! First question, in French, they say to reset the clock to the right time. What does this mean? Is it A, starting fresh? B, spring forward, fall back? C, be on time? D, break up with your significant other?
Break up with your significant other.
This guy right here.
No. A.
Is it A, starting fresh? B, spring forward, fall back? C, be on time? Or D, break up with your significant other?
I'm gonna go with A.
I was gonna go with A too.
Correct, you guys got it, all right.
Starting fresh.
There you go. Starting fresh with a first win. That's a W, you got that. To reset the clocks to the right time is a reference to realigning and starting over fresh. Number 2, in Taiwanese, they say, when the head goes through, the body will too. What does this mean? A, don't stick your head in small openings. B, if you start well, you'll end well. C, stay in school. Or D, don't start physical fights with people.
Stay in school.
When the head goes through, the body will too. Okay? This means don't stick your head in small openings. B, if you start well, you'll end well.
C, stay in school, or D, don't start physical fights with people? B.
B.
Good job, yes.
B. Yeah, I was gonna go B too. Yeah.
Good job, all right. 2 for 2.
Seriously?
Yes.
Nice.
So if you start well by getting your head through that small opening, you will end well by getting your body through that opening. In Dutch, they say, they say, with hat in hand, one gets through all the land. What does this mean? A, if you own a hat, you'll be able to walk anywhere. B, seek adventure. C, politeness goes a long way. D, always accessorize.
I'd say B.
With hat in hand, one gets through all the land. What does this mean? If you own a hat, you'll be able to walk anywhere. B, seek adventure. C, politeness goes a long way. D, always accessorize.
B, I would say.
I would say C.
You got it. Politeness goes a long way.
Great, cool.
Yeah.
C. C. We're agreeing with C.
Look at them. Y'all are killing it. So it means politeness goes a long way. So the English equivalent is you catch more bees with honey than vinegar. Now number 4, in Turkish, the devil's feather describes someone who is what? A, handsome, B, charming, C, sarcastic, or D, hot, temperature-wise?
Charming.
The devil's feather describes someone who is what? A, handsome, B, charming, C, sarcastic, or D, hot, temperature-wise?
I kind of want to say the last one, but no. C.
So you say sarcastic, you say charming.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Say the charming one.
Oh my God! You guys are killing it.
I got a feather right there.
Yeah. Oh. My goodness.
You're hanging off the devil's feather
I
right now.
know.
Hey, look, cool him off. All right, the devil's feather is used to describe someone who is devilishly charming. For example, Jonathan is the devil's feather. 5, in Russian, a shoelace ironer is someone who does what? A, leaves dinner without paying. B, obsesses over wrinkles. C, snitches. Or D, pays close attention to detail.
D.
I would say D as well.
Good job, good job.
Hell yeah.
See, it works when you guys work together.
Yeah. I made eye contact with her. She knew what she was talking about.
Yeah. Say B or D. It's a hard one. D?
My gosh, this is a dynamic duo right here.
We got this. We're good.
So now you guys have to get 100% on this whole thing.
Yeah?
No pressure. Yeah, that's fine.
A shoelace ironer is someone who does what? A, leaves dinner without paying. B, obsesses over wrinkles. C, snitches. Or D, pays close attention to detail.
Last one.
There you go. They pay close attention to detail. You a shoelace ironer. Who irons their shoelace? Okay, a shoelace ironer. It kind of makes sense what it means. It means someone who pays far too much attention to details. So in context, it's almost like, I see you iron your shoelace and polish your buttons. Brad is a shoelace ironer. All right, 6, in Arabic, they say the words, I wish built no house. What does this mean? A, always look on the bright side. B, hope isn't enough to get things accomplished. C, you need a strong foundation before starting anything. Or D, hire a contractor to build your house.
I think it's C.
C. But D's are pretty good advice.
Yeah, that's true. C.
Yeah. It's B, and you kind of got it. You kind of knew it. Hope isn't enough to get things accomplished.
We almost had
That we almost had it. All right.
Almost did.
Our streak is done.
And I saw you nod too.
Gut instinct. I was like,
The words I wish built no house. There's a much older English cliche that says hope is not a strategy, meaning you have to put in work to achieve your goals. So no wishing. Put in that work. In Chinese, a person who is blowing the cow is what? Get your mind out the gutter. A, rich. B, conceited. C, dumb.
D, throwing a fit?
I'm gonna go with rich.
A person who is blowing the cow is what? Are they rich? Yeah.
I think it's the last one.
Throwing a fit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you another chance.
Is it dumb?
Woo, another chance.
Oh,
A person who is, quote, blowing the cow is what? A, rich. B, conceited. C, dumb. Or D, throwing a fit.
B or D, I would say.
Okay, you're gonna have to pick one.
Can I pick both?
You cannot.
I'll pick whatever you don't pick. I'll pick D.
Wow.
I'm putting the final answer in.
Wow, I'm never playing cards with you. B.
Maybe you should because you just won. Blowing the cow, listen. Don't put too much thought into that. This means being full of yourself. I think you guys have heard the saying, blowing smoke up someone's butt. All right? Don't be full of yourself. All right, Brad Squad, there you have it. Another successful and fun game. I hope that you guys learned as much as I did. A lot of different phrases and their meanings from all over the world. This was actually really fun, and I hope that you guys actually played. I'm gonna actually be checking right now. All right, back to the studio.
All right, that was fun.
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 Cliches from around the world.
You're
That's
keeping those fun. I like those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're
those
really
segments.
fun doing them.
I was trying to think of a cliche off the top of my head to refer to a fun segment, but I couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
You had a whole segment to figure it out, Brad.
I know, but I thought of it the last 10 seconds because I was playing along.
Yeah.
No, he was playing along.
Yeah.
I like when we play along.
All right, so let's put a. Oh, let me look this way. Let's put a minute 10. The wrong way. Minute 10. We're gonna answer 10 questions. You're gonna ask me 10 questions.
A minute 10. We've done that. We can do this.
Should we do it in a minute? Should we just let Julian? You want to know? You want to see somebody who has a lot of confidence?
Mm-hmm.
We tell Julian to run the clock and go, but we don't ask the first question till a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
You want to do it? Julian, go!
What's up, y'all? Y'all ready?
Okay. I got the first one.
This is confidence. Is you?
Yep. Can a USCIS officer arrest you when getting biometrics? Can they see your immigration record?
Brad, who fills out the 944 form? Petitioner or spouse?
Petitioner.
Do you need to show a certain amount of income using tax returns when filing I-751?
Yes, you have to be above the poverty level. 125%.
My citizenship is pending for review. Can I petition for my husband?
Yes.
What will be the best papers to submit to prove a bona fide marriage?
Proof that you live together and proof you have a financial relationship.
I just got the prima facie determination. Can I use it to redo the work permit?
No, you can file an I-765 for the work permit if you have an adjustment filed.
What is the amount you have to be working above poverty level?
125%.
If you have a change address before your interview, what do you do?
AR-11.
I came to the U.S. in 1987. My dad became a citizen in 1978. I was 17 when I came. Am I a citizen?
No, because we already answered that over the phone.
I got 360 approved, 485 interview in 2 weeks. What are the questions they're gonna ask? What? Damn!
See, you guys got cocky. You got cocky, guys.
No, we could have got that, but that was just a bad question to put in there. What questions they're gonna ask?
I just want you to know, when you go back and review, I answered them very, very fast.
You did. I even almost cut you off on one.
You guys were a little slow there today.
No.
I usually blame myself. But this time I
should have
blame you.
skipped that question. That was a bad question. Oh, man.
How would you have known, Jonathan? How would you have known?
'Cause
We're just the messengers. Literally.
All right. Comments of the day, Yo-Yo. Comments of the day.
Okay, let's get to it. Alrighty. Comments of the day. Let's see what the squad has to say. All right, the first one comes from Christopher Fulton, and he says, after watching this program for so long, I feel I should start charging my friends for advice.
Yeah, well, Wait a second.
Wait.
After doing this show for so long, maybe I should be charging the people who call for advice.
There might be a conflict of interest there.
This is true. All right, guys, our second comment of the day comes from Jessica Leamy saying, even if I wanted to change my Facebook name, I wouldn't even dare do it because Uncle Brad would have to give me a whole new name pronunciation. And I love how him and the crew pronounces my name now.
That's
She loves
right.
Jessica
She loves
Leamy.
Jessica Leamy.
Good thing I didn't call her Just Call Me Joelle Reed
That's
at this
right.
time.
That's right.
I thought you were gonna.
No.
The next one comes from Janice Williams Smith saying, I don't watch the news. I just wait on Uncle Brad to dissect it for me.
All right.
Yeah. Same.
Yes.
Same.
I wait to dissect it myself.
Yes.
I read the news. I go, okay, let's start dissecting.
There you go. Okay, Murad Al-Sharif saying, hey guys, I'm just wanting to share this with you. I had my oath ceremony today in the New York City office. My journey is over.
Congratulations.
Phenomenal.
Nice. Congratulations, Murad.
All right. Next comment of the day from Gareth Brown says, squad up. I don't have a question. I just want to let you know that I got my green card. Oh,
Hey, 2 in a row.
FRI-YAY. Who said it was a bummer Friday? This is a great Friday.
The guy who was
no
a genius?
Yeah, right.
Was it the genius guy who said it was a bummer?
No, I think
Somebody
it was
else.
Corey or something
It
like
doesn't
that.
matter, but this is FRI-YAY.
FRI-YAY.
It's FRI-YAY.
All right, everybody, our last comment of the day and for the week.
Yeah.
It's from Tali herself. Uncle Brad is doing something for immigrants what other lawyers are not doing. He gives us our own show live so we can ask any immigration-related questions. Brad's show live is changing lives.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what we're
That
going
is
for.
exactly what it is. I give you a show, we have some fun, and I answer immigration questions,
Yeah,
right?
man.
That's if you had to say, what is Brad Show Live?
It's that.
That is that. And by the way, it is Women's Day on Sunday.
Yes, it is.
International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day.
Yes,
to
thank
you, to,
And
the,
to
to
all
all
our
the women
ladies.
in the crew
Yes.
back behind me.
Girl
to
power.
all the women and girls and ladies out there
Yes.
in the Brad Squad, and to all the women around the world.
Who run the
Happy
world?
International
Girls.
Women's Day.
Who run the world?
Girls.
That's right, boss lady. Boss lady's telling us who runs the world.
There you
We'll
go.
see you all Monday. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do. It's bad enough. I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.